Layla, are you ready for the end of the world? One man in America, Tim Ralston, certainly is. He's going to extreme lengths to prepare for survival post-apocalypse.
My major concern is an electromagnetic pulse, or EMP. An EMP attack can happen without us even knowing or feeling it. Basically, we're going to be put back into the Stone Age.
Those EMPs, they'll get you. Tim's known as a Doomsday prepper, and I spoke to him just a little while ago. Good morning, Tim. Can you tell us exactly what you're preparing for?
Yeah, good morning. Actually, I'm preparing for something as small as a little power outage or as catastrophic as an EMP or a solar flare. So prepping to me is just preparing for the worst and hoping for the best.
So you're a cup half empty kind of guy. Is that what I'm getting?
No, a cup half full. Very much an optimistic. And I think most preppers are. They tend to want to be there, Johnny on the spot, not just to save themselves, but to also save the others that are around them. You know, it's very much a community-based movement here in the United States, and hopefully we can spread the word through the NatGeo show and let people know that, you know, it's good to be prepared. You never know when tragedy is going to strike.
Well, I'm kind of one of those guys that can't even find a candle in the house when the power goes out. So, you know, I'm not a prepper. but there are lots of preppers out there, and we're going to be grateful to no one if something bad happens, aren't we?
Yeah, you know, if you're lucky, you'll get to know one. If you're not so lucky, then you may not make it through. But, you know, if you're up in this neck of the woods, I'll take care of you, no problem.
Okay, well, where is your neck of the woods, and how does your preparation area look?
I'm here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and, you know, I'm basically a soccer dad most of the time, but, and we own a nice American tool company. But, you know, if something were to happen, we do have areas that we want to kind of get away from a populous area. So it's about 2 hours north of here. It's a lot cooler. Arizona is like 114 today. So up there it's about 80. So it's just a nice getaway for us. We use it year-round, but it's well stocked, and if we wanted to fall back there, it's just a nice getaway place. We
are looking at some footage of people, you know, preparing martial arts style for self-defense, hunting with bow and arrow. There's some massive weaponry in terms of rifles and things that people are stowing away in case they need it. What type of Armageddon do you really think is the worst-case scenario? You know, that's a loaded question. I think personally, just based on how Americans or people worldwide depend on electricity, you know, for their everyday life, if something were to happen to knock that out, even if it's just for a short period of time, a flood or worst-case scenario, a solar flare, that could take us out of the, you know, the power grid for up to 2 years. I can't imagine not living with power even for a few days. So that would be the worst-case scenario, and that's something that, you know, for me personally, I've prepared for. I guess you don't want anyone to mess with your family. You gave your son an AK-47 for Christmas, is that right? I did, yeah. He's, now I just got to clarify, he's graduated up to that level. He's a really responsible little kid. He's 16, he's actually bigger than me. And, yeah, we've given him that. But he only shoots with me, so it's just one of those self-defense kind of weapons for him. But, you know, we have a lot of other guns, smaller guns that really are much more useful for, you know, survival needs, little tiny 22s. Military has taken notice of you, not because of the weaponry you've got there, but because of a device you invented called the CROVEL. What is that?
That's it, yeah. Actually, it was an invention I put together in my garage, and then it's slowly grown and kind of gone viral via the internet and shows like National Geographic. It's basically an e-tool on steroids. It's the toughest shovel that you'll ever see that has a lot of multiple uses, and you can use it as an axe, a saw. There's just things that I keep getting my customers telling me I use it for this. It's really amazing, but it's really caught on. It's a great, if you had to grab one tool and survive in the outback, that would be the one.
What does the guy next door to you think of all this? Does he think you're a bit of a nut, or is he kind of curious?
You know, actually, it's not that at all. I've had more of the positive end of it. And, you know, again, the glass half full. But I've had people come over and say, you know, I've been thinking about maybe I should take care of me and my family a little bit better, because you never know when an emergency happens. And, I mean, that goes even close to my family. My mom actually is living through the fires that we're having in Colorado right now. And she finally called me saying, I get why you tell me to be prepared, because no one ever knows when that catastrophe was going to happen, whether it be, you know, natural or man-made. You just don't know. So the last thing I want is my kid to look at me and say, Dad, I'm hungry or I'm scared.
You are ready for anything, Tim Ralston.
I am, definitely.
And it's great to speak to you. Thank you very much, mate. Good luck.
All right, thanks to you too. Bye.
Tim's a genius. He's invented the perfect excuse to just hang out in the shed with gadgets all day.
And hang around with his mates.
Get the mates over, yeah. They're saving the world. And Doomsday Preppers kicks off on National Geographic this Thursday at 7:30 p.m.